So, hello everyone. Let us now discuss today's LeetCode POTD problem, making a large island. So, here we are given with a matrix where 1 represents a land and 0 represents water. So, if I make this 1 as an island, and we can at most flip 1 0 to 1 so that we get a large island. So I'll start with making it 1, then I will get an island of size 3. Now you need to return this maximum size of the island after flipping a 0 to 1. Now, the question is, what is the maximum size if I flip any 0? Now, if I take the second example and flip the only 0 in that, then I'll get a size of 4. Now, after that, I got another example where every cell is an island, so I'll simply return 4. But wait, these are a quite simple examples. But if I take this example and start solving it by using a brute force, the first thing which I get into my mind is change every 0. So what will I do? A 0 can have the right one, the bottom one, the left, and the top one. Now, this can have an island, this can have an island, and this can also, and this too. So, the sum or the maximum I can get if I flip this 0 or flip this 0 is this area, and this, and also this plus 1, because I am flipping this 0 into 1. But if I use a brute force of changing or flipping every 0 to 1, then it can't run for the larger test case and will return a time limit exceeding error. Now, the thing is, what if I have the size or the area of every island? The thing is, see, I have this island of 1 and 1. Let me mark it as green. Then I have this island of 4, and let me mark it as with a color of red. Now, if I store this with the depth or the size of the island as 4, and if you see here, I am storing this area too. But wait, the thing is, how can I store the group or the island number and this depth? So the first thing, I need the group of the island, or you can also call it as ID of the island, and also the size. So instead I use this factor. So I need the group and also the size of the island. What is the group of the island and also the size of the island? So if I store that in a way, 2 is having, sorry, let me mark this group as 2. But why? Let me say I'll start the grouping from 2. I'll tell you why I am starting this grouping number from 2. And I am starting as 2, and the next island will be 3, right? Now, group 2 has the size of 2, and group 3 is having the size of 4. But the thing is, how can I get the size? And the second question which running in your mind is, why I am starting with 2. So where I start is, take this same example. Now I am taking the same example. The thing is, I'll start by this one. I'll start by this one. Now I will mark this as 2, and then I go to 0. I don't want the zeros, the waters. I only want the island. Now I get here. As I start from 2, I also make this as 2. But why this help me? Because if I start my grouping number from 1, I don't know whether this is the group number or whether this is the representing an island, right? So that's why my grouping number will start with 2. But this also reduces our space complexity of visited matrix. So instead of using this visited matrix, I prefer, if it is 1, if it is only island, then only I traverse or make a depth first search for that. So I made this to right. I made the grid and the group number is 2. Now I go to this cell. I got this one. Now what will I do? I'll change, the first thing I do is change this to the group number which I came with. Now when it goes to the left, it is out of bounds, none required. When it goes to top, what if I started my grouping number with 1? I don't know whether this is island or whether this is the group number. So I simply traverse it, and or I also need this visited matrix to know whether the cell is visited or not. So that's why I start with the group number 2. And that means if a cell is having the group number, then it is already visited. Now after that, I know that is it visited or not, and I will traverse only the cells which are having 1 as the value. Now, I have this 2, I have this 1, sorry, I have this 2 as the group number, I changed it. Now, here I start, the depth will be started with, so the depth will be started with 1, and here it will be, here I add the adjacency depths to this cell. So if I go to the left, I go out of bounds, the top also the same, and the right is a water cell. Now the bottom. So here I got a 1 as my depth. So I add 1 and 1, but I don't store the grid in this grid, as I am storing the group number 2 is having, the group number 2 is having the depth of 2. That's how I store. This will be simply an unordered map. Now, the problem comes at here. Now, if I explain you, here I got this 3, right? Here I got the group number as 3. Let me use a white color for better understanding. So the group number starts with 3 here. Now I simply change it to 3, and go to the left, it is 0, no need. Go to the top, it is 0, no need, and go to the right. Till here the depth is 1. Now I simply, as I said, I'll simply change it to 3 and go to the left, as it is not 1. It is, I don't require whether it is 2 or 3. I don't require this group number. I only traverse the cells which are 1. So I don't traverse it. Now go to the 0, and I don't traverse it and go out of bounds. Then go to the 1. Till here the depth is, here it is 1. Now here it will be changed to 3, and here too the size will be 1. Now what will I do? I go to the left, and the same thing, I'll change it to 3, and the depth is 1. I'll backtrack and add this 1. So it is having the adjacency or the left as 1. So I'll change or add the adjacent cell's depth to this one. Then I'll get 2 as my area. Till here, these two are having area of 2. Then I go here and add this 2 to this one. Then I'll get 3. Then I'll add this 3 to this, sorry, to this one, then the depth will be 4. So when I get here, 3 is having the depth or the area of 4. So this is how you solve this problem. You will use the first thing you will use unordered map to store the group number and the area of the group. The next thing, the important thing which I need to remember is change the grid of ij into group number. And if you see here if you see, wait a second, here if you see, as I said, the group number will be started from group number starts from 2, right? Then what is the second thing we did? We did a DFS for every one in grid, then add that depth into unordered map with group number. So this is how we solve this problem, and as I said, a simple DFS will be working here. So a simple DFS will be working here, but we need to know the depth at every cell. So that's how you solve this problem. And if you want the code, I only explain you the intuition and some algorithm. But if you want the code, you can go to the description and check my submission. Thank you. And if you like this video, share it to your friends and subscribe to my channel. I'll be uploading the POTDs and also the weekly contest bi-weekly contest solutions. You can follow me in LinkedIn, Insta. Thank you.